Hi, everyone. We're Near Farms, an online marketplace for farm-fresh local produce. Small farmers across the country struggle with access to direct sales channels. When I worked at Fresh Direct, an online food retailer in New York, I saw firsthand how valuable a service like ours was to them. But I also saw an opportunity to increase this value. Eddie Diaz is one such local farmer in Hollister, California. He spends 14 hours a day out on his farm, working hard. When he finally gets to bed, his body is sore, his mind exhausted, and his alarm goes off at 3 a.m. Multiple times a week, Eddie needs to load the back of his truck with produce and drive over 3 hours to set up his stall at different Bay Area farmers markets. Eddie doesn't want to do this, but he has to because it's the only way he can directly sell to end consumers and make money. At farmers markets, Eddie makes 80 to 90 cents for every end consumer dollar. But he doesn't sell nearly enough. Eddie still has to sell 70% of his produce into wholesale channels where he only gets paid 20 to 30 cents per dollar. Imagine that. Eddie spent months working on his crop, and he's proud of what he's grown. But he has to sell it into a channel that doesn't value it at all. So Eddie faces a dilemma: a grueling farmer's market routine with low sales, or an unprofitable wholesale channel. And Eddie is just one of 50,000 small farmers in California who are stuck, facing this supply chain void that Near Farms is going to fill. Near Farms offers farmers like Eddie a direct sales channel to their end consumer. On Near Farms, Eddie can reach more customers and take home 95 cents for every sales dollar, therefore capturing more of the value that he worked so hard to create. And we're making Near Farms incredibly easy for Eddie to use, from uploading photos to maintaining his pricing. Shoppers like you and me also struggle to access farm-fresh produce. We either settle for the grocery store, where produce has spent weeks on trucks and shelves, or traveled over 1,500 miles to get to us, or we need to go to a farmer's market at a very specific time and place, and that's just not convenient. Now, we've all been in the position of wanting fresh, nutritious food for us and our families, but sometimes this isn't easy to access, and we default to making poor choices at a Safeway or the corner store. Near Farms makes it easy to make the right choice. On Near Farms, you can conveniently access farm-fresh produce and get connected back to the source of your food. This is a $130 billion market, and Near Farms operates in two of its fastest-growing segments, locally sourced and online. Our Near Farm service is live, and we're so excited at the orders that have been coming in. Over the last 2 weeks, my co-founder Surya and I have hand-delivered 25 orders off the back of a Fiat 500. And along the way, we've learned a lot. We're refining our packaging, we're refining our delivery model, and we're also improving our back-end systems. My supply chain experience at Fresh Direct taught me that a good delivery model was crucial to driving customer experience in this space. And with that in mind, we're forming partnerships with Axel Hire and Postmates. And we've got some amazing feedback from our early clients, including Launch's very own Christian. They're raving about the product quality, selection, and convenience. And Eddie's happy too. Just in our first full week of operations, he saw a 7% uptick in sales. And we're the team to make Near Farms a success. I'm Sham, and I led merchandising operations at Fresh Direct, where I saw the end-to-end fresh food supply chain, and I get guys like Eddie. I also optimized our online storefront to drive increased basket size and customer loyalty. Surya brings product and data experience and is going to own Near Farms' long-term user-centric vision. And Jack has the technical skills needed to make our platform seamless. Near Farms has a clear path forward. We know what we need to do, and we're doing it. We already have a strong pipeline of 200+ farmers in the Bay Area that are waiting to get on board, and it only takes us an hour to onboard one farm. Our early customer acquisition efforts have also been successful, and as we scale this, we're going to hit 500 monthly orders by the end of this year. To hit these milestones, we don't need a lot of working capital. We're raising $300,000 to invest in customer acquisition and scaling our distribution model. In the future, Near Farms is going to be the go-to marketplace for farm-fresh, local produce. And for Eddie, we're going to put more money in his pocket and send him a signal that we care about the work he does. There's 50,000 more Eddies out there in California alone, and we can't wait to bring them on board. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Can you talk a little bit about how you're different from platforms like Good Eggs?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Can you talk a little bit about how you're different from platforms like Good Eggs? Good Eggs?
Good Eggs, sorry. Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, so the main way we're different from services like Good Eggs is Good Eggs still adds a node to the supply chain. They aggregate produce from different farms and in their warehouse, and then they distribute it out. We're a no warehouse model. This helps us manage our cost structure and also make sure that the supply chain is as short as possible. So we're connecting farmers direct to your homes.
So to extend on that, I mean, this whole pitch was about the pain point for the farmer. Mm-hmm. It seems like this is a two-sided marketplace. Sure. What's the appeal for the consumer? Are you cheaper than your competing platforms?
We're cheaper than alternatives like Whole Foods. The prices are determined by the farmer and would be what they would price at a farmer's market, for example. Another selling point for the consumer is just the convenience and easy access. So it's a typical e-commerce platform and it's a familiar way of checking out. So it's just a convenient way to access local food.
Is that true even if you bake in the cost of Postmates and Axel Hire?
Yeah, so even with the cost of delivery for customers, this is still a cost-competitive option given the convenience of going to the grocery store or signing up for some of the other meal delivery services. Since NearFarms is an ad hoc, no subscription, no sign-up service, it gives them the flexibility to use it as often or as less often as they want.
What is your customer acquisition strategy on the consumer side, and who's kind of going to be running that?
Our customer acquisition strategy. So we just ran a Facebook campaign, got 3,000 engagements and 1% in signups, which we're pretty happy with, and we're going to continue with that. Online, we're still going to do content on our own blog and influencer marketing as well. Offline, we have face-to-face marketing at farmers markets, Whole Foods, Berkeley Bowl, things like that, and local publications related to food in the East Bay, like East Bay Edibles, so get content on there as well. And who's going to be running it? Us as a team, yeah.
So I love the hustle, selling out the back of the Fiat. No, seriously, I really do. But I'm curious on the business model. You're making 5 cents on a transaction. Like you're playing a huge volume game. So can you tell me more about the strategy behind that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our immediate source of revenue is, as you pointed out, the 5% transaction fee for the farmer. But we have 2 more sources of revenue that we're going to tap into as we grow the marketplace. One is going to be advertising and sponsored content on the marketplace itself to get access to this very unique customer base. And the third one is going to be data analytics services. So we're already starting to talk to farmers about what kind of information would be useful for them to get feedback on. Like, this is the information, this is the price point that works, here's the kind of products that perform well. And also the data of all the transactions on our platform will probably be useful to third parties like restaurants and supermarkets who need to have a pulse on the local food ecosystem and how it's performing. Thank you.